I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya.
They're playing move the shell around. They're very, very clever.
From 120 condos to 50 townhomes, that's what developer JDI now has planned for the Palm Harbor Golf Club. Lou Vitale, a community organizer with Protect Palm Coast, says he believes this development will lead to the eventual end of the golf course altogether.
They really want to rezone the entire golf course, all 165 acres of it, to, residential. Now, this is an interesting transition from the previous meeting in which the city and the developer presented that they only had 16 acres that they were going to develop. So it was a brilliant bait and switch. Okay, all of a sudden now we're developing the whole golf course. Well, I don't think the city wants to be in the golf course business.
On Free for All Friday on WNZF, Mayor Melissa Holland insisted the city wants to preserve the golf course, but Vitale isn't buying it.
When politicians move their mouths, I'm not really sure what's coming out, but I see that there's more to this. We really can't trust people, especially when money can be made in housing development, especially in the center of Palm Coast. This is wonderful real estate.
Future discussion of the proposed development has been moved off a planning board agenda for December and won't reappear until February.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
There's a new steakhouse in town. Texas Roadhouse is now open for dinner in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center in Palm Coast. Irene Bocci is a managing partner of the restaurant.
We have legendary hand-cut steaks, and we're excited to be a part of this community. I just can't say enough how welcoming everybody's been also in the town, and I really appreciate everybody's coming out and supporting us. I know that we'll do really, really well here because everybody's been awesome. The town has been great.
The restaurant will be an anchor in the shopping center on Palm Coast Parkway. Jolly Old St. Nick literally dropped into Flagler Beach over the weekend. John Arking has the story.
The annual holiday parade Saturday kicked off with Santa parachuting onto the sand as the event was put together by the Flagler County Education Foundation, Grand Living Realty, and Salty Church, which partnered to make the parade a scholarship fundraiser for local high schools through entry fees and float sponsorships. Flagler Beach City Manager Larry Newsom was happy with the result.
I thought the people there, they handled it very professional, and the parade was done in a very, very professional manner. People approached me and said, Larry, this is a great parade. Thank you for putting it on. That was the best one ever. And the people that helped make that happen. Parades are always challenging. You have to make those parades. You have to get everybody lined up. You have to make it methodical as it goes through. And quite frankly, I didn't see any hiccups.
The group also plans to organize the Flagler Beach July 4th parade with the goal of providing scholarships for both Flagler, Palm Coast, and Matanzas high school students. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
This holiday season, consider bringing home a special friend. The Santa Paws Food Drive and Pet Adoption event is happening from 4 to 6 p.m. today at the Flagler Humane Society in Palm Coast. The Grinch will be on hand. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office arrested him for trying to steal Christmas. He's been sentenced to community service that he'll serve out at the Humane Society, along with Flagler's Canine Unit and McGruff, the crime-fighting dog. Get a photo with any one of them by simply bringing a donation of dog or cat food, kitty litter, or cleaning supplies. They especially need laundry detergent, paper towels, and dish soap. And if you're still on the hunt for the perfect gift, consider adopting a new best friend. All adoption fees are waived during the event.
Some people like artificial trees for the holidays. Others like a real tree.
Palm Coast Fire Chief Jerry Forte says you do have to remember a few things about a real Christmas tree.
When you go to get the real tree and they go to cut it for you and they take the last inch or two off the bottom of the tree, you got to get the tree in the water in 15 minutes or less, or else the sap's going to come over the rings on the bottom of the tree, and it's not going to draw up as much water, and you're going to have a green tree get dry real fast.
Forte said for that reason, have them leave the last inch on the tree and cut it yourself when you get home. Then put it directly in water. Chief Forte also says spring for some new tree lights, especially if you've taped several strings of lights together. He said that's not safe at all. Forte also said do not overload your circuit breakers. To listen to the entire interview, download the Flagler radio app and go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, Chief Forte talks about LED lights. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.